It is now my pleasure to introduce Annie Callicotte. She is a junior at the University of Central Missouri, where she studies psychology. She also, just this last year, started an SSA affiliate at that university, at the University of Central Missouri. So go, Annie. Woo. Ever since attending Skepticon 3, I guess a couple of people showed up to that or something, I don't know. Yeah, something like that. Ever since attending Skepticon 3, Annie has been a self-proclaimed free thought conference junkie. And if you've been to any of those conferences with Annie, you know that you probably know Annie, and that she's an expert networker. So she's going to tell you how to get the most out of this weekend, because for all of the presentations that you're going to get throughout this weekend, and you'll be bombarded with all sorts of useful information. I guarantee you that the most valuable thing that you will take home from this conference is your connection to the other people that are in this room. No doubt at all. So in order to help you foster those connections, please join me in welcoming Annie.
Hi guys, can you hear me okay? Yes. Are we good? Okay. Well, I don't know how much of an expert I am, but I'm going to go ahead and pretend like I am an expert. So, I'm going to be talking about networking. 7 tips on how to hang with heathens. I think that pretty much describes all of us in here pretty well. So, bear with me, I'm really done with technology. Before I even talk about networking, you have got to look at this cross. It is like 200 feet tall, and it's in Effingham, Illinois, which has a great name. And so we're driving here the other day, and we see this off the highway, and Corey, my friend from UCM, and I almost wrecked the vehicle. And we pull over, and surrounding the cross were 10, like the 10 Commandments. Wow, I almost blanked for a second. And it had like little voice messages on there, and you could go up and press the button and it would elaborate on it. So yeah, we got pictures with that, and it was really awesome. Well, funny story, because there was a second one. There are 2 giant crosses, one in Illinois and one in Indiana. So here's another picture with another giant cross, and it's the exact same thing. So I don't know, I just thought it was interesting and I felt compelled to share. Did anybody else see these on their way here? People saw them. Yeah, I just thought it was funny that there was like a repeat performance. So anyway, back to what I'm actually supposed to be talking about, business time. All right. We're going to talk about networking today, and I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with networking. It's some pretty serious business. We're going to talk about how to know the speakers, the elevator pitch, never eat alone, have goals, be conscientious of others' time, follow up, and just be you. So let's get started. I have no idea what time I started, but just holler at me when I need to shut up. Okay, what is networking? Let's start with a dictionary definition. Networking is a supportive system of sharing information and services among individuals and groups having a common interest. That's a nice, pleasant little definition. Basically, it means go to conferences and talk to people. Can everybody handle that? Is that okay? Okay. So, know the speakers. At this conference, there is an awesome lineup. I'm really humbled to even be speaking here, because there are, for example, 4 of my heroes who are also speaking. So obviously you guys are familiar with their work, but be familiar with the little people too. Like me. But anyway, they were great, and they had us all write bios. So read through those. Know what people do. Be familiar with their work, and strike up a conversation with them. It'll be fantastic. So here we have Dave Silverman, and Greta Christina, and Hemant Mehta, and PZ Myers. I'm blown away, so I'm going to just keep going. Okay, elevator pitch. Now this kind of sounds funny, and it has nothing to do with the tone of your voice either. Okay, an elevator pitch is essentially what your little spiel that you give, is what I like to call it. Who you are, where you're from, why it matters, and what you want to talk to people about. Obviously, it can be used outside an elevator. It is not exclusive to elevators. Basically, it helps you form connections with people. And it can be altered depending on who you talk to. You may talk to a student differently than you would talk to P.C. Myers, who's sitting right here, and I'm just like awkwardly looking at him repeatedly. So anyway, you should be flattered. Or not really, I'm just rambling. Okay, so the more you use it, the better. Just know your message and your audience, and it'll really help you out. People will say, "How exciting! Please tell me more." Okay, never eat alone. I'm not convinced that this bear sat down alone. I think he might have eaten his buddy, but I don't know. I just thought it was adorable. Eating with other people is a great opportunity to just hang out and talk. I know the best time I went to the Boston American Humanist Association conference, which was fantastic, and it was my first real conference experience where I traveled, and it was just really amazing. I met some fantastic people there. Daryl Ray, who is an organizational psychologist, who might be somewhere in here. There he is. I got the opportunity to meet Daryl Ray, and he actually lives only an hour away from Warrensburg, which is where I'm from. And I remember whenever we were at the conference, we had dinner together, and we had fantastic conversation about psychology and the movement, and I felt so much more driven afterward. I wouldn't have gotten that opportunity unless we would have been like, hey, let's go grab something to eat and, talk. And since then, he has opened so many doors with me, and it has just been a fantastic experience. So ask people to go have dinner, go have fun, and nobody wants to be alone here. The reason you come to a conference is to hang out with other people. So make a party, go have some fun. We're all students, we're all fun. Well, we're not all students. I don't know. Okay. All right. Now, we don't need to just talk about the color of the sky or anything like that. Let's actually have some goals when we speak. Whenever you go up to somebody, by knowing what they do, it will help you kind of have goals for the conversation. Speak with a purpose. You don't want to waste their time, which I'll talk about later, and, they want to get to know people and they want to have stimulating conversation. Also, be a good listener. Pay attention to what they're saying. Don't do all the talking, and you'll really get some valuable information. Also, this has been very valuable. Once again, meeting Daryl was fantastic, and part of the reason I got to do that was because J.T. Eberhard kind of set me up with him. He was like, this guy's in your region, you need to know him. And since then, I have met amazing people who are in my region. The Soma group members, the MU Sasha people. I've gotten so connected to people within my region, and we've done so much so far. I'm sorry, you guys, Wichita. I feel bad now. You guys are like, I know, I'm looking at you. So network with people in your region. It can lead to a lot bigger things. I started SSA in Warrensburg, and now I'm working with people in Kansas City, starting the Kansas City Atheist Coalition. Woohoo! It's really exciting. And so now I'm getting to work with people not only in the schools, I'm working with a community group, and that's because I just started talking with people who are also in my region, and I started networking. So it works. Okay, be conscientious of other people's time. A working relationship is not built at a conference. A working relationship is something that is developed over time. That's why you follow up with people. Conferences are a great place to talk to tons of people and get to know them and find interesting talking points, but you can't get to know them completely just at a conference. So be aware of that and don't make that your goal. Share the speakers with other people. I mean, I know Hemant Mehta is in high demand, but he has to go around. He has to be shared. You know how he is. But anyway. So, and then to make it less awkward whenever you're trying to, get away from people, know how to politely excuse yourself. Don't just peace out in the middle of a conversation. Be polite about it, because that can get awkward and not everybody knows how to do that. Okay. Follow up. Look at those snails. Aren't they cute? I loved them. They're adorable. Okay, and this is kind of what I was saying earlier. A working alliance is built up by following up with individuals. What is following up? It's contacting them. So whenever you talk to people at a conference, what I like to do is I like to take notes on what we talked about, because I have a bad memory, and you're going to be meeting so many people that you want to keep everything straight. So take notes to remember what you're following up with, and then take pictures. That is such a good way to remember who you talked to and when. And we all have lovely name tags, so if you can get the name tag in the picture too, that's fantastic. Another good way to follow up, if you don't have anything specific to say to them, share the pictures with them. You know, send them an email with the pictures that you took of them. Put them on Facebook if that's okay with them. It's just a really great way to contact other people. Most importantly, you just need to be yourself. We're in such a fantastic group of people. I have never felt more at home with individuals ever in my life. So of all places to be you, you should be you at the conferences. Go ahead and try and stand out in the crowd. Wear your Soma t-shirts. The best goddamn group on campus, isn't that right? Yeah? Wear those. They're hilarious. They're fantastic. Promote your group or promote your ideals. Make yourself stand out. Be confident in yourself. You're here for a reason, right? Or did you guys just stumble in here? I don't know. I hope not. You guys you all have your own accomplishments. You all have a reason to be here, and there are fantastic people to talk to here. So don't be afraid to just go out there and do it. That's half the battle. And have fun. I have made the absolute best friends of my life through the Secular Student Alliance and through this movement. I'm gushing, but it's so much fun, and I've really made fantastic friends, and friends from all over the country. Really, a cell phone? I am so disappointed. I'm just joking. I don't know what it was. I just heard a noise. Is everybody okay? There was no falling or anything. Okay. But yeah, just have fun. This was very short and sweet and to the point, because that's how I get things done, basically, is what we're saying. You know. Do you guys have any questions for me? I'm just, I'm here. Ask away. Come on. What's your question?
I'm shy. What do you suggest for me?
Pretend you're shy?
No.
I guess I've never really been super... The one time I was very, very, very shy was meeting Richard Dawkins. I'm not going to lie. I got all choked up and flustered, so I just faked it and pretended like I wasn't shy and nervous to be around him. Surround yourself with people who you feel comfortable with. That would probably be my best suggestion. Everybody's waving at each other. Oh, it's the man who just got here. Look at that. How are you?
Very well, how are you?
Yeah, fantastic. Just giving a speech, Is that, I don't know, what do you... I think that by surrounding yourself with people that you're comfortable with, that would make a big difference. But fake it, if nothing else. Dress comfortably. JT likes to wear his Nintendo or pajamas or whatever. Anybody else have questions? Yes?
What is your best way of organizing and keeping together the various people that you meet, since you meet so many over the course of the weekend?
I like to have a little notebook, and then I try and keep the business cards associated with my notebook at all times. At the AHA conference, they had folders, and so I kept everything in there and ended up losing it. So make sure the notebook is something you can fit within your purse or bag. But I would just say take notes if you can paperclip business cards, or at least write their names on there. Just make sure you keep it all contained. Is that good?
I meant more online. But
oh, online? How do I keep people organized?
Yeah, since there's 50 million networks.
I use Facebook a lot, but I really... Can you elaborate at all?
Do you attempt to get email addresses and phone numbers? service to try to have real connections, or do you just stay with Facebook and frequently add them after?
You know, I'm pretty creepy, so no, I usually email people. That's if I have something specific to say to them, if we talked about something specifically at the conference. Daryl, I think I had your phone number or something, and that's how, do you know how we contacted? I'm pretty sure it was phone and email. But if you don't have anything specific to talk to somebody about, I would say Facebook them. That would be my opinion, but obviously you can do what you feel comfortable with. Keep it straight. I'm just going to keep giving thumbs up because it just seems like the right thing to do. I don't know. Okay, yeah, there we go. See, I'm getting people giving me thumbs up. That's all. It's like, you guys, you're so cute. Okay. Any other questions? Hi.
I want to reiterate what you're saying. If you invite a speaker from out of town, and one of your speakers tomorrow, Greta, when she came to northeastern Ohio, I think she ended up given about 4 Kent State case, C5, and I believe she went to Youngstown State. And I highly recommend this when you get good speakers like Christina, that you try to contact other people, at least in driving distance. And if they're coming all day, for evening, instead of if they're getting there early, rather than sitting in their hotel room, you might make arrangements for them to speak to a group in the afternoon.
Definitely. That's really good advice. Yeah, I think that the biggest thing about networking is to just be aware that that's why everybody else is here. You know, we're here for the speakers and we're here to meet people, but we're also here to form connections and to better ourselves. It's a mutual working relationship, and it's a really awesome opportunity. How am I doing on time? Am I good? Okay. Anybody else want to talk to me? Hi.
What's your favorite online networking tool?
Okay, I'm such a Facebook junkie. I know, grown. I'm trying to get into Google+. I'm really working on it. But I don't know if I've just been dumb lately or what. I haven't messed around with it all that much. But then I saw that you can get your Facebook feed in Google+, and that made me really happy. So I'm going to start doing that. I think that KCAC, the community group that we're starting up, is going to start using Google+ and Google Calendar and stuff. So I think that the shift is going to be toward Google, so get familiar with it. That would be my advice. Uh-oh.
One more question.
Last question. Yes. You.
I was going to put out the security side, I'm a security guy. You're probably not going to have a whole lot of traction in Google Plus until they deal with their naming policy.
Oh, yeah.
Where there's a lot of people that don't want to out themselves with their real names in this community. So
the reason
it's a place where you can pretend to be somewhere else and get more people.
Yeah. The reason I've used Facebook so much is it seems like everybody is on there. And I'm a part of a ridiculous amount of groups on there, and it's easy to check up with everybody, all the different SSA groups and other atheist groups, because it's all right there. So, are we done? I'm done. Thank you guys so much.